Hello, everyone. This is Adam from Ethos, and I'm super excited to be here today with the team to show you the new build of the Universal Wallet. And this is the first public demonstration of a code version of the Universal Wallet, so very excited to show it to you. I'm here with Derek Barrera, who's one of the developers of the Ethos Universal Wallet, as well as Kevin Pettit, who's the product manager for the Universal Wallet, and Laura Lee Boykin, who's the lead designer for the Universal Wallet, and of course our fearless leader, Shingo Levine, without which there would be no Universal Wallet. So say hello, everybody.
Hey, everyone.
Hey there, how's it going?
Hi.
So I'd like to start off by showing you a little bit of the support material that we have. This is a sneak peek at the wallet page and how we'll be positioning and messaging the wallet to the world. So this is the hero graphic, which talks about what the wallet does and the benefits of the wallet. Then if we scroll down a little bit, you can see some of the features in here. So it's one wallet that can hold a multitude of coins and tokens. It's a wallet that's going to have a high degree of security that really balances convenience and security through the use of BIP32 and BIP44 encoding. And we've put a lot of work into the wallet to try and make it easy to use, to give a lot of information right at your fingertips, and also using verification and letting people reserve their own spots on the blockchain. We'll talk more about that in a moment. And then, really making the decision to make this a mobile-first experience and app with a social overlay to it. And part of the way we're doing that is through this notion of a smart wallet, which basically gives you the ability to secure your funds directly, a whole variety of funds in a single wallet or multiple wallets. We're also going to be rolling in cold wallets, so you can basically have an offline wallet similar to a hardware wallet. We're rolling out at launch what we're calling Watch Folio, where you can essentially track different assets that may or may not be in your wallet, but you can use it to kind of set up virtual portfolios or offline funds, and then having a lot of deep data about the coins themselves. And I think one of the biggest challenges people have in the crypto industry is learning about all the different various coins, tokens, and assets, and knowing what's for real and what's not, and what has an active team, what doesn't. So we're really trying to give people as much information as possible to make informed decisions. And the best way to do that is through the community we have. And scrolling down, we're also going to be rolling out verified wallet domains, which will let you secure your own name on the blockchain for yourself or your business, and that's something we're super excited about, that we've built into the whole design of the wallet and the Bedrock service that's running the wallet. So we'll more about that soon. And then, this was something there's a lot of pressure on this team to deliver this wallet, as quickly as possible. But obviously, when you're dealing with people's assets, the security side is very important. And one thing that's been a driving part of the design of this is self-custody, and the fact that people are custodizing their own funds that are right on the blockchain. So it was important to us that we build a solution whereby Ethos never takes possession of the keys. The keys are essentially generated on your phone with your own personal biometric signal, that the seed stays super secure, but is easy to recover. And these are actually pretty challenging security parameters, but I think we came up with a really great solution that balances self-custody with security, with convenience, and as we'll show you in a moment, I think it's a good balance of all of these considerations. And then lastly, we call ourselves a people-powered company, and really our community has been amazing through this whole process, and definitely, impatiently waiting for the wallet, but very supportive throughout. And we plan to, use that community to help the world make more informed decisions and tap into the power of the crowds. And we believe we have one of the best communities in the blockchain space, and we're really proud of them and plan to make them an active part of all the information that goes into the app. So, without further ado, let's jump into the demo itself.
Hey everyone, it's Kevin Pettit. Some of you have seen me on our Ethos Telegram as Ethos KDP. We are here to show you today the highly anticipated Genesis build of the Universal Wallet. So let's get right into this demo. So in order to reveal the app to a wide audience, we're going to have Derek presenting on his coding environment. You can see that we have made this app both in Android and iOS. But everything that we're showing here is live code, and it's running on Bedrock. We've messaged a lot about what Bedrock is, but this is the first time you guys get to see it. So it's really a combination of 18 or more microservices that are powering our Universal Wallet. So just for fun, we included the service log in the back on the left, so you can see some of the server activity dance by as we get through today's demo. So to walk us through the intro screens, I'll pass it off to Adam.
All right, thank you. So the intro screens for the app, we wanted to give people a sense of what we're doing and why, more importantly. So we start with the why, which is our mission, which is to build a financial ecosystem that is open, safe, and fair for everyone. And we believe that it starts with the Universal Wallet that really gives you control over your digital assets. And this is different than storing your assets, say, with an exchange or where they're basically, it's like a bank more or less, where they're keeping your assets. These assets are yours and yours alone, secured by your smart key. After we talk about Ethos and what we're all about, then the next step is talking about the Universal Wallet itself and how the Universal Wallet lets you store your own crypto tokens, currencies, and digital assets for free. And this starts to get at the heart of self-custody and the fact that people are securing their own assets on the blockchain and looking at them, with the Universal Wallet through their own smart key. And some of the other features as well, such as portfolio tracking and analysis and educational features that, turns everyone into crypto gurus. And then we talk a little bit about the smart key and how people can create their own smart key, which is basically a single key that secures all of their assets. This is a 24-word passphrase, so it's highly secure. And it's also equally important that people don't share this key with anyone and don't transmit it on the internet, don't upload it to, iCloud or Google or anything. Write it down on a piece of paper and keep it safe. And then lastly, we just welcome people to the journey. Crypto is a journey, and we want people to have it be a safe journey of exploration and learning and freedom. And so that's what the app is all about.
Cool. So this is Derek. I've been one of the main developers for the Ethos Universal Wallet app for both Android and iOS, and we're going to go through the login process and then hopefully jump into the app. Cool. So I'm going to sign up. And I'm only going to do this with one phone, just so we're not doing the same thing on everything. So let's go Derek Barrera. And you know what? I probably made a bunch of accounts today, so let's do 1,000. Excellent. So at this point, I'm going to wait for a verification email to come in, and at that point, we'll verify, and then we'll be on our way. Cool. Just came in. I'm going to verify. This is the verification email. So let's sign in. Excellent. So I'm going to give myself access, and this is through an OAuth service, which is going to be helpful for us. So you'll be able to connect other services, for instance, Facebook, Twitter, or other financial services into the app, and both vice versa. So this is the welcome screen. This is what you get when you first log into the app, and this will allow you to create your first wallet. So let's create a smart wallet. And from here, you can also decide to choose a watch folio as well. So let's call this one Derek's wallet. Awesome. And this will allow us to generate our 24-word seed. So the user is presented with just a guide, and it'll let them know that it'll take them about 5 minutes, a piece of paper, and a pen and pencil. All right, cool. So generating your smart key starts with shaking your phone, and we use the random entropy created by your movements to then generate your smart key. And this will be unique and to you.
And as I understand it, there's billions of smart keys possible for every atom on planet Earth. So this is generating one smart key that's just yours and yours alone.
Yes, yes. This is just about yours. Cool. So this is telling them that the seed has been generated, and it's going to present them with their 24-word passphrase. So let's continue. Let's check it out.
And how secure is a 24-word passphrase?
24. So most wallets on the market right now will provide you with a 12-word passphrase, and that also only allows you to deal with one asset class at a time. So, for instance, Bitcoin or Ethereum or something like that. The 24-word passphrase will both increase security and as well allow us to provide access to more tokens down the line and also presently.
And I notice you're not showing all the words in one spot, so I guess that's also for security purposes so that people can make sure they write them all down. And so now what you'd be doing is writing down the words as you see them go by here.
Correct, yes. So one of the things we were thought about during the design process was if you were going through and writing down your words and there was someone around you, for instance, if you were in a cafe or with some friends, this just allows you to break these down. So if someone's looking over, they're not going to be able to take all 24 words at once.
And these are all BIP32 words, right? So that they're all indexed and are all going to the BIP32 standards, I understand it?
This is correct, yes.
Yeah,
cool.
So that means that the key is compatible across different platforms as well.
Yes, it is. So at this point, it just says, "Have you written down the words?" And if so, say accept. And let's write down our words here. So my first word was achieve. Oh, I think I spelled that wrong. There we go. And it also gives the user feedback. So if there's something that they did wrong, it'll let them know. And this will just
so this is because it's super important that you have the right words in the right order to secure your funds. So this is a little test to make sure the person actually did write down those words.
Correct. So let's say, for instance, I messed up, right? At that point, you can then start over. So say Derek's wallet ! And we can then go through the seed generation process once more, and we'll actually get a different set of 24 words.
Nice.
And at this point, we'll then have to confirm those. So this will be fun. Great. So at this point, I'll hit next, and great, success. We have our first universal wallet. So here's our Derek's wallet, and let's add a Ethereum coin to it. Wait for the coin list to come in. Great. Okay, so let's add Ethereum. And once this Ethereum is added, we can then deposit some money, and that'll be very exciting. There it is. Cool. So there's our public address. So let me just go ahead and copy that, and then we'll make a transaction to this wallet. And this will be the first incoming transaction, so that'll be exciting for this wallet, that is. So I'm going to open up MetaMask. Many of you may have used it. And we're going to send some funds. Cool. So let's copy this address and paste it. And so you can see that we have the correct address here. Let's just send to Ethos, 2.2, whatever. How's that? Cool, and let's just submit. And we can view this transaction over here, and this will just we'll just wait till this gets mined. Actually, let me pull that up, and I'll put it to the right here so we can view it. And let's go back and let's create another wallet. And this time, let's create a watch folio.
So the interesting thing about, just a little background on the purpose of Smart Wallet versus Watch Folio. So one thing we wanted to make sure we had in the Genesis build of the wallet was to not only be able to store your real funds and all the different crypto assets that you have. We also wanted to make sure we had the functionality for like a portfolio tracker, which is the Watch Folio. So you can add coins that you have stored in other places. You can do buys and sells and track it as track your performance. But you could also just use it as a watch list or create fantasy portfolios. So we really wanted to give you both so that you could manage all of your crypto in the same app.
Correct. Yes. So let's build a watch folio. Let's call this Kevin's wallet. That sounds fun. And we'll add it. Great. It's coming in. Awesome. So we have Kevin's wallet, and now we also have Derek's wallet. And you
so at this,
go ahead.
So at this point, it's sometimes you're saying, okay, well, we created this organizational system so that you can swipe back and forth like you saw in between the wallets. And at this point, you can say, well, I have this watch folio created. What do I want to do? Well, I think one of the biggest benefits is to learn about the coins, and that's like a really big deal for us. So we can go down to the coins page, and you can scroll through and you can see all the different coins that are supported. But this is a good way for you to get acclimated to the different coins, see a few quick facts about them, and then when you click into one of the coins, you can search. And then when you click into one of the coins, you'll actually get to the coins page, which is like a profile page. So, and actually, Laura Lee is the one that designed this page. Do you want to go through and tell us your thoughts on how you laid it out?
Yeah, absolutely. So at the very top of your screen, you've got your overall metrics, and you've got your graph with the different time variations that you can toggle through in the middle there. And if you scroll down the page a bit, you do get a very high-level description of what that currency is, and maybe a little bit about its background. You've got your numbers under your quick facts, and you are able to dismiss that should you be an expert at Bitcoin or whatever cryptocurrency you're currently invested in. And we do want to feature the community as much as we possibly can. And in doing that, we've made sure to focus on the community's input. To do that, we've included the rating system here. So not much data in there now, but Derek's going to show us exactly how you can rate Bitcoin in this example. And so you submit your overall review of the currency, and it will show your review, and you can see Derek's there, and it'll compile over time the community's inputs as far as ratings. So you get that high-level glance, say here, when you're searching through the different currencies, and it'll give you that star rating. So you can quickly kind of weed through which currencies you might be more interested in, feel more secure investing in.
Derek's also showing us the cool morphine graph, which can show you the performance over time, which is pretty neat. And so we want to make it super easy for people to give us data about the coins, and we'll be adding more robust community features that enable us to pick up a lot of unique data signals. But for now, I think we just help people understand the basics, which is pretty cool. Also, Derek, I noticed that transaction completed.
Yes, it did. Let's see how it's doing in the app. Cool. So we have 2.53 Ethos now sitting in our wallet, and if we look over here, there's 253 Ethos here. And another thing we can do is we can also make another wallet, and we can actually send money around to each other, or ourselves, if we will. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll jump back to Watch Folio. Let's call this Shingo's wallet. Cool. And let's add an Ethereum holding for this, and then that'll allow us to generate the address. So every time that you add a coin, we generate a unique address, and then that address is then used to send the funds between you and another wallet. Cool.
And this is truly going from one point in the blockchain to another. So what's interesting about this whole self-custody is that there's no intermediary. Ethos is not taking possession of the funds. There's no custodian taking possession of the funds. It's literally going peer-to-peer in between different points on the blockchain.
Correct. Yeah. So, for instance, if I were to take, let's say, 2 Ethereum from right here and send it to Shingo's wallet, which is also under my control, under my smart key, I would have custody of those funds the entire time it's in transit and prior and after. Which is, I think, pretty powerful.
And what's neat about this wallet is that we're using hierarchical deterministic wallet, which basically gives the one seed, which can secure lots of different wallets and then lots of different addresses within those wallets and lots of different coins within those addresses. So it's pretty amazing you can do that all from this one seed and hold all of this. So we're really taking full advantage of that.
Yeah, I agree. So let's take this address and let's send some Ethos to it. And we have our Ethos QR code over here, which you could scan with another wallet or another Ethos wallet, if you will. And then let's go into Derek's wallet. Let's send some funds. So I'm going to send let's say 0.45 Ethereum, and let's put our address. And at the same time, you could also scan a QR code, and it would ask the phone if it has access. But because we're in a development environment, there is no camera, so we won't be showing that. Cool. So we're going to go ahead and find out what the transaction fee would be. So either it's
Could you hold me 1 second? So I think this is a really interesting part of the app where you can. So right now, it's showing the same fees for each one, I guess, because it's running on testnet. But in the LiveNet version, basically you can choose, and this shows a lot of transparency to users of if they want to send it with a more rapid transaction time, they can know how much it's going to cost them to do that. So can you talk a little bit about how we developed this?
Sure, yeah. So we use a bunch of block exploring and find the times that it would take to have your transaction mined within the miners that help propel these systems. And we're able to provide the user with different metrics. So do you want to send it within the next 3 hours, or do you need to send it in the next 5 minutes? And depending on that is kind of the user's choice. And so there's a lot of wallets on the market that don't allow for granular changing of that. So usually they'll set a high fee, or they'll just set a base fee. When sometimes a user may want to save a couple dollars, because it could be $2, $3 a difference. So this is kind of what drove us to add this feature. And then on the next build that we'll have, there'll also be the advanced feature, so you can set your own cost and fee.
And another thing about this is that some wallets or services out there basically take a spread on the send fee. So they'll say, well, it's going to cost you whatever, 1%, 2%, and they'll essentially, as I understand it, most of the times when you send tokens around, there's a fixed fee regardless of whether you're sending 1 or 1,000, and but that spread can be pretty big for people that decide to pocket the difference. In this case, because it's all self-custodized and Ethos is not taking any part of this. We're essentially transparently showing the user what the fees are going to be, with no dog in the hunt.
Yeah. So like for instance, if you're trying to send money from an exchange or something like that, they would have their base fee because they had custody of the assets. But here you're in control, and so then you can set the fee yourself, and I think that's really empowering. So let's choose the economy fee because hey, why not? And we'll say okay, I got it. Let's send 0.45. That's $187 in US, and then yeah, so cool. Go ahead and send. And right there, it's building the transaction. It's going to send it out. And actually, if we look at the to address that we just had, you'll see that there's going to be an outbound that'll pop up here. We have to give it. It's now in the mempool, but in about a couple of minutes, it'll show up. A nice thing also while you're on the home screen is you can also hit a week view, a month view, and a year view. And it'll adjust the graphs. So if you have multiple coins, then it'll adjust for multiple coins. And that actually looks kind of fun to watch.
Can we pick the day view so it's green?
Yeah, that we can. Cool.
Much better, thank you.
So while we're waiting, I think it's worth it to waiting for the transaction to send between the two wallets. I think it's worth it to talk about the layout for a little bit. So the layout of the app, we put a lot of thought into it, going basically from the most macro, which is the portfolio level, all the way to the micro, which is into the individual transactions. So now that we've created multiple wallets, we can show you the portfolio view.
Yeah, actually, let's add some coins to this virtual wallet first.
Oh,
And then
sure,
it'll
sure. So
just
then
give
you
us more of a fleshed out view, and I think it'll look nice. So let's add some random. Let's just add some random coins. So how about we add some? I don't know, some Ethos. That sounds good to me. Maybe I bought 0.4 Ethos tokens. Cool. You can put that buy order in, and that'll go ahead and display on the home screen. At the same time, what this will do, Same time, what this will do is it'll allow for a performance tracker to start, and at the top you'll start seeing daily balances, and then the performance over a day, 2 days, 3 days, as you see fit. We just did this today, so we're not going to see much difference here. But over time, we'll also be able to provide a graph and also more in-depth metrics over how your virtual wallets and real wallets have performed on the markets over time. So as Kevin said, let's jump over to the portfolio view.
So portfolio view, I think is really important because with our the structure of the universal wallet to basically manage all of your other wallets and the way that you want to organize it in your own personal way, you can see that there's a total portfolio number at the top, which tells you what is the total asset. So if you have added holdings, let's say in that you have at an exchange or in cold storage in your watch folios, then that would actually show up in your total portfolio number. And then it goes down one level and breaks it out in between the different cards. So one cool thing about these cards, this is actually Laura Lee's design idea, is to put in some of these different data elements in here to give you a different type of view in the portfolio view.
Yeah, so actually, when you toggle between your smart wallets and your watch folios, you get a quick glance of the highest earning and the lowest earning coins in that wallet, as well as your overall community rating based on the tokens that you've chosen to put in that wallet. And an interesting little tidbit is your card color should change depending on how well it's doing overall. So right now we're doing well in our Derek's wallet, Shingo's wallet, but should it start to lose in value, they will turn a very vibrant shade of red to let you know that maybe you should go in and reevaluate some of your holdings. And it works the same for watch folio as well. The purple will change to a red. Just so you can, very quickly and easily get that information and get that feedback during your day this is just the most high level information that you need. So you can just check in every day on your app and make sure everything is still on the up and up.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah, and-
another thing that maybe Laura Lee had left out was this community rating at the bottom left. So all of the assets that you currently have in your wallet will be evaluated. So say you hold Ethos and Bitcoin and Ethereum and all the rest, right? And as the community provides input on how they feel, and we get this social sentiment, and this will then drive the community rating. So if you have 5 different assets, then the community rating will be an average of the 5 different ratings amongst your portfolio. So it's an overall portfolio rating based on the community, which I think is really cool.
Yeah,
goal here-
really what we're going for here is we're trying to help you get a complete picture of your financial profile and let you track all of your assets across everything that you're doing. And as we expand our offerings, this will also expand to include other sources of data that will let you let you have a complete picture of your entire financial portfolios.
Yep. So let's check if that transaction went through for Shingo's wallet.
I like to pull down to refresh.
It's become very
Feature of this
handy.
build.
Cool. And there's some money in Shingo's wallet. So great.
Nice.
And just for funsies, let's go ahead and make another generate. So this is my smart wallet, and so I'll generate another wallet address, but this time for Bitcoin. And then we'll just go ahead and view it in the send receive screen just to make sure it's A-OK. Cool. It's coming in. You can see it in the background there.
Yep, there it is.
And there we are. Cool. And so this is just to show that the wallet generation schemes that we're doing is going to allow for ERC20, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and we're working to pull in more and more chains as they get released.
Yeah, and you'll be able to see on the Trello board that we're releasing alongside this video where we're at in a bunch of other coins. You'll notice that we've already spun up nodes for a whole bunch of other chains. So expect a lot of integrations from us because we really want to make the universal wallet truly universal and let you store all of your digital assets safely on one device.
And part of the heavy lift in this version of the wallet was an abstracted transaction recorder, which actually is designed to work across any chain so that we can essentially listen to blocks from any sort of chains and be faster and more flexible in importing future chains. So it was definitely a big project, but now I think we have a really, really robust backend that's going to be able to map well into this front-end application.
A lot of work went in on the back end in order to build out, because building out a scalable infrastructure across multiple chains is not an easy task, but we want to make sure that the user experience is very clean, fast, and scalable for when we expand to a global audience.
Yeah, who knew that abstracting all the blockchains in the world wouldn't be easy?
I would say that a consumer benefit for our price recorder, not only through the app, is also you'll be able to receive push notifications if someone sent you money, and that's not really available anywhere else. So say you're sitting there at lunch and someone sends you $10 in Bitcoin for maybe your yard sale that someone else is having at your house. Well, then perfect. You'll have that money and you'll get an alert when the transaction is complete.
Yeah, and another thing is for other sorts of payments, because this is built on OAuth, that having other payment applications that fit into this will be relatively straightforward. So if you're authenticated into a website and you click pay, you could then approve the transaction to your mobile device. And we're using fingerprint on that. So essentially it's a biometric, you can kind of think of it as a biometric way of signing a check that is sort of, written to the blockchain, if you will.
Yeah, so that goes to show that we definitely have come a long way, but kind of the next steps are we're knocking out the push transactions, push notifications, because we think that's super powerful. And the path basically between here and global release is working on stability and scalability to a global audience, performance. Really implementing all the biometrics so that we can ship this as safely and securely as possible, and then the race to just include more and more coins. So you'll see our progress on our Trello board very shortly, which will show you which coins that we're and where in the process we are in integrating them, and we're just really excited to show that to you guys.
So from here, I guess we have this Genesis build that we're going to be releasing to the product council and to certain members of the pre-release list. So we'll be essentially letting people try it out, and then from there we'll have a release build, and our plan is to start rolling it out globally, country by country, and making sure that everything is scalable and secure. But we've written this thing to scale on the back end, so expect to see it lighting up around you.
Great. Well, thank you everybody for taking time to join us for this demo, and we all hope you have a great rest of your day/evening.
Yeah, awesome job, everybody. Thank you.
Yep. Thanks so much.
See ya. Thank you.